guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to look at this battery box that I got from Napa Online. I'll have a link in the description. There's quite a few different variations of this type of box. It's definitely designed for like a lead acid battery, but I'm not going to use lead acid. I'm a lithium guy, but it would just fit in there quite nicely. Some of the features this has is these heavy duty posts, so you can just hook up jumper cables or whatnot. On the top here we've got USB, and it says it's 2.4 amp, so it's about 10-12 watts. We've got a voltmeter, which probably works better on lead acid, but with lithium, if you're familiar with them, they have a long range at the right voltage, so you don't usually get a good idea of percentage until it starts to die, but still useful. And then we have a 12 volts where you can hook up your car accessories and whatnot. Good for using an external inverter or whatnot. Now the reason I picked this one over some of the others is these other connectors up here. These are Anderson connectors. I believe they're good for up to 50 amps. And I already have a good bit of wiring done for this connector. This will make it really easy for me to plug it up for charging, and then also to use the raw voltage to power other things. And that's why I picked this one up. It was roughly around $70, maybe $75 after tax. So this gives you a good alternative to do it yourself. Like, you can find a battery box, you can add all these components fairly cheaply, but maybe you're good about building a battery, but you're not good about doing this kind of work. So this is a great alternative. You don't have to, cut holes and mount things and wiring. The wiring is pretty simple. We connect the ground, we connect the positive, and everything else is done for us. So, hey, that's pretty cool. I like that. Now, the question is, what battery are we going to put in here? Like I said, you could just drop a lead acid in there and be done with it and call it a day. But we're going to go ahead and build a battery, and we're going to use this guy here. It's a SAB cell. These are 55 amp hour LiPo LiFeP4 LiPo 4s. And so when we're said and done, I've got 8 of these. We're going to have a 4S 2P system that should give us 1.4 kilowatts of electricity available to us. So we're going to do a build montage, and we'll come back and review the battery, and then we'll shove it in this box and we'll call it a project. Alright guys, got the battery built. Let's take a look at some of the stuff we did that you saw in the time lapse. This wooden frame I CNC'd. I didn't get any of that footage on camera, but I basically just drew out these circles, spaced them out a little bit, gave them a little bit of margin, made it so that they fit nicely in this configuration of series and parallel. So we have, two in parallel, and then we series them together for 4S. We got our big old lugs on here to give us our power. We've got a 100 amp BMS. One thing you also saw is these copper bus bars. Since I was able to design the frame here in Fusion 360, I knew exactly the distances between these two spots. So what I did is I drew these bus bars out on that same sketch, and then I took my pen plotter on my Snapmaker, which, if you're curious, I have a video on that, and drew the actual bus bars, and then just clipped them out with tin cutters. Drilled the holes, and I think they worked quite well. We'll see if they can handle the 100 amps. I think they can. There's plenty of surface area here, and so that's the basis of it. We've got it kind of glued up to make it nice and strong. I've got these ledges so I can get them in. It's a little rounded because the bottom of the battery box is not perfectly square, so it fits in quite nicely like that. So last step is to put it in the battery box and power a few things. Let's give it a go. Alright, looks like we have a nice little fit in here. It doesn't want to move around too much. I may put some padding on the sides to make sure it doesn't jiggle around. We've got our positive wire run up to this lug here, and then we've attached the BMS to the wire that came with the kit. So let's put the top down. And this system did come with a strap to go around. I may bump it up to like a ratchet strap just to make sure it holds everything really securely. But if we turn on the switch here, we should get our battery meter. We've got our USB, and we've got our 12 volt. Also, we got our Anderson connectors here, and that's what I'll use to charge it, because I already have a connector right here. So we've got our Anderson connector, and then I have it hooked up to 2 banana plugs, which my power supply uses. So we'll call that a build. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll have a link in the description for the box. And the batteries were acquired from batteryhookup.com. Unfortunately, they're sold out at the time of this recording, but you should always check back. They may get more. And if you do, please use my coupon code TECH. It really helps out the channel. All right, guys, have a good day.